everyone, this is Rachel and I'm here with another process video. Now today I'm doing something just a little bit different. Instead of just starting off with the video and fast forward and going, I thought I'd just do a little introduction in real time and then move into the actual process video. So today I'm working with these two photos, a 4x4 and a 3x4. And these are this year's Halloween. My niece is dressed up as Frenchie from Greece, and then her friends are dressed up as Rizzo and then Sandy. Unfortunately, Sandy was running late, so I don't have a picture of her in the daytime. So what I did was I am using my Scraptastic kit from November, the Feels Like Home kit, plus the counterfeit add-on kit I made to go along with that kit. And I'm trying to pick out a lot of the pinks in this kit were very coral, and they're wearing obviously very pink items. So what I just did was try to pick out the pinker of the items. So I do actually end up using a lot from my add-on kit. And I also grabbed these Heidi Swapp glitter thickers to use along with it. Now, there is a reason I'm doing this particular layout, and I wanted to talk about that because, you know, it affects us all. As scrapbookers, we might not have real life friends, or maybe we have one or two, but a lot of our scrapbooking relationships come from the online community. And a woman I met in an online message board group, whom I then had the chance to meet at a crop I went to for a long weekend, and we were roommates, so I actually got to know her and talk to her, and she's just the kindest, sweetest, most joyous woman I've ever met, even though, you know, she had a lot of medical issues that caused her pain. She actually passed away unexpectedly the other day. And as a message board, we are trying to, I guess, honor her would be the best word to use. And her nickname was Pink, and she was a big, huge fan of pink, and she had pink hair and stuff like that. So I really wanted to go ahead and do this layout as kind of a homage to her. So in a minute, I'm just going to put you on fast forward. I'm just going to kind of quickly go through what I'm thinking about using. So these two thickers and then the stickers. And then I grabbed a whole bunch of pink, gold, black, and white from the Jen Hadfield ephemera pack. I'm actually kind of excited because I didn't think I'd get to use these cork bows just because my niece is not a girly girl in any way, shape, or form. But I think with the, you know, theme of the night, I might actually be able to do that. And I grabbed a couple of these cut aparts because they have some retro designs on them, along with the 3 sticker packs I grabbed for my add-on kit. And I did end up pulling some flair in from my stash because I thought I might want to use some flair, but none of the flair from the kit worked very well. Some more of the die cuts, the acrylic arrows that came in the kit, some enamel dots that I pulled in, these Elle Studio stickers, along with the I Am collection from Simple Stories that I thought some of the stickers might work. And then I just pulled a bunch of the papers that have actual pink as opposed to that more coral. And I haven't decided what I'm going to use yet. My paper has a little bit of staining on it. Oh well. And then the last thing I pulled was the chipboard from the Craft Market line that I had pulled in. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put you guys to fast forward and get started on my layout. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Now I'm pulling these out, and because these pink lady jackets are so bright, true pink, I am having trouble trying to find a pink that I'm willing to use a lot of. So instead I decided to go with this gray. And now I'm just looking at these little cut aparts that came with as the backside of the multicolor diagonal stripe. And I do want to use that multicolor diagonal stripe as a border for my page, but when I originally used the inside of it, I accidentally cut too far. So I just needed to use that washi tape to keep it shut, and so little of it shows that you really can't see the cut at all. Now that is from the DIY Home Collection by Jen Hadfield, for pebbles, and I believe that was I'm sorry, I believe it's called You and Me or something like that. And then this gray paper is from the Pink Paisleys Cedar Lane collection. Now, as I was going to cut this, I realized there was some very light, almost word text, kind of like a dry brush on this pattern paper, if that makes any sense. So instead of what I usually do is just take a 1/2 inch off of 2 sides, I actually went around to all 4 sides and took a 1/4 inch off, so I wouldn't lose as much of that texturing piece as I would normally. So I'm going to go ahead and get this taped down. I love this paper. This is like, so I'm trying to keep as much as a freeze on as I can. I did break my freeze for a little bit of Christmas stuff to go with my December daily, but other than that, I've been really good about not buying anything. So even though I really wish I could buy like about 7 of these papers. I know I've used it on at least 3 different layouts, so I know I'm fine, and I know there'll be another diagonal stripe coming out that I will like just as much. Now, I went ahead and inked the edges of both papers in the Spun Sugar from the Tim Holtz Distress Ink, and Spun Sugar doesn't really provide, it's a very, very, very light pink, but I just wanted to give a little definition to my papers and add a little bit more pink, because as I said, pink was important for me to do during this layout. So I have these 2 photos, and I'm actually not sure what I'm going to do at this point. I'm just trying to see what's going to work for me. So at first I think I'm going to use these frames to tuck behind the photo, but they're just not working for me. So I'm going to kind of think about that for a second, and while I do, I'm just trying to see if that's going to work. And I'm just really not liking the way it's looking, so I'm just poking through my stuff, seeing if there's another pattern paper I want to use, or if I want to grab these 3x4 cards. And when I see them, I suddenly realize, you know what, I want to do a really large grid pattern. And I apologize if you can hear music in the background. My niece is having a saxophone lesson. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear this or not, but she's having a saxophone lesson, and I'm sitting in one of the other music rooms. They were very nice and let me do that. Okay, back to the layout. All right, so I took that 3x4 card, but it was just too big for I wanted to place my title around it. So what I did was I cut that camera out, and I really, really like the way that turns out. So then I use these Heidi Swap gold thick stickers. I mean, they're Heidi Swap, so they're not called thickers. And then the Dear Lizzie Ooh La La multicolored, but I happen to have the word pink in all that pink marbled color, and I was super excited about that. I pull that doily shape chipboard sticker, and that is from the Crate Paper Craft Market line, and I was super excited to be able to use that because my niece is not a girly girl, as I've mentioned before, so I didn't think I'd really be able to use a lot of those. Oh, look, it's my nose. Didn't realize that was on there. Sorry, guys. And then I grabbed this hot pink Simple Stories Snap Mini Alphas to do the first part of my title. So my whole title is This Halloween Think Pink. And it was kind of like a take on the old 50s commercials when they would talk about what's in this season. It's like, pink is the new black and stuff like that. So I also pulled that retro radio, and I thought that was very fitting as they're dressed as the pink ladies. And then that little card down at the bottom has a little retro girl on it. So I was really pleased with, what I was able to use that I wouldn't normally be able to use. Like these bows, I did not think I would really be able to use these cork bows, but it worked totally perfect with this layout. So I'm just grabbing bits and pieces of everything, and I had found these pink and gold hearts. They were part of a Studio Calico kit that I bought like on major clearance, I think for $5 or $10. I don't remember which. And so those worked perfectly with this to make up that last row. And I'm just inking up everything that's paper with the Spun Sugar, including these gold foil gems that came in the DIY home and ephemera kit that came in my Scraptastic kit. So I'm pretty happy with the way everything is looking. I know I don't have everything I need, but I am happy with the way it is. Oh, you know what? I wanted to add this little banner that has, it's also from the chipboard set, but I needed to move the bottom of my title up just a little bit to be able to fit that. And I do go back after it's over and I add my liquid glue to the chipboard pieces because I know they won't stay forever. I added another flare and I grabbed this from my stash, and it says, "Don't tell me what to do." So it really reminded me of that song by Leslie Gore, "You Don't Own Me." So I thought that was really cute and it would work with the little retro girl sitting on there. And so I grabbed that little label sticker to use for my journaling, and now I'm really, really happy with the way this layout is going. I'm almost finished here. I'm just going to add that second bow because I had that little space there, and I'm like, where else am I really going to use this cork bow? And the truth is, I'm not going to be able to use it anywhere else. So this is pretty much my entire layout. I'm just going to finish my journaling, which is basically, my niece and her friends went as the ladies from Greece for Halloween, and they had a whole bunch of fun. And that's going to be it for me today. I did end up adding some Heidi Swap Gold Color Shine, but that completes my layout. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Have a great day, everyone. Bye!